mynews.studio.
Back in May, China managed to install enough solar panels to power all of Poland. It's a staggering pace. How did they pull this off so quickly? And what could this mean for other countries?
Just to ground us. Today's date is January 16th, 2026. The numbers are quite something. Last year, China was responsible for adding over half of the world's new wind and solar energy capacity. That's a first. Do we have a sense of just how rapid this expansion has been?
The pace is almost hard to take in. In May alone, China was putting up about 100 solar panels every single second. And it doesn't stop with solar. By November, their total wind and solar capacity hit 1.16 terawatts. For context, that's over 500 gigawatts added just between January and mid-2025.
You can really see it. Solar panels covering rooftops in the east, giant wind farms across the western deserts. What's behind this surge? Is it government policy, new technology, or just economics?
It's a combination. At the start of 2025, the government used feed-in tariffs to encourage rapid installation. That created a big spike. Then, around the middle of the year, they switched to market-based auctions. That slowed things a bit, but it made the system more stable in the long run.
So there was a burst of activity, then a more measured approach. But integrating all that clean energy, surely that isn't easy for the grid. How is China managing those technical hurdles?
That's the big challenge. A main tool has been ultra-high voltage transmission lines. China invested over $80 billion in upgrading the grid. These lines move electricity from remote wind and solar projects in the northwest, all the way to cities in the east. Without that, a lot of new power would be stuck far from where it's needed.
And they're not stopping there. There's also a push to modernize local distribution networks, turning them into smart systems that can handle solar, wind, even coal when needed.
Exactly. AI is playing a role too, especially in forecasting, predicting when the sun will shine or the wind will blow. That helps balance the grid. And just last year, China added 78 gigawatts of new storage, which actually beat their own targets.
But what about coal? There's still talk of coal plants being kept as backup. Does that undermine the renewables push?
It's a bit of a balancing act. They're upgrading coal plants to be more flexible so they can ramp up or down to support renewables. But yes, sometimes that means having coal capacity sitting idle as a backup. It's not perfect, but it does help with reliability.
If another country wanted to ramp up renewables this quickly, what lessons could they take from China? And what pitfalls should they watch for?
Scale and speed stand out. China's state-led approach, building infrastructure rapidly, basically doubled global solar output. But the shift to market auctions highlights the importance of long-term cost efficiency, not just short bursts of growth.
But there are downsides, right? Things like grid bottlenecks, unused assets, or even international tension over exports.
All of those come into play. Transmission bottlenecks still exist, and keeping too much coal capacity is expensive. Plus, relying on exports opens China up to policy risks abroad. But overall, they've managed to displace a lot of fossil fuel use and lower emissions.
It sounds like China's clean energy drive is doing more than just tackling climate change. It's also shaking up technology supply chains and energy markets across the globe. Could this model work elsewhere?
In many respects, yes. China's experience offers both hope and practical lessons for countries targeting a major renewable boost by 2030. But each country will need to tailor the approach to its own grid, policies, and geography.
So, to wrap up, China is breaking records, facing real obstacles, and making the world rethink what's possible when it comes to clean energy.
And as the world's largest emitter and manufacturer, China's next moves could end up influencing everyone's path forward.
That's it for today. We've looked at how China's renewable surge is rapidly changing the global energy scene and what the rest of us can learn from it.
Thanks for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Give it a try for free.